back when I was working like normal W-2 job, I loved having back-to-back days off. You know, like I would do
Oh my
Sunday,
God.
Monday. But a
Yeah.
lot of people I know would do something like Saturday and then Wednesday so that they're sort of breaking up their week. But what do
No.
you think about broken up
Could
days?
never. Could
Never?
never. Could never.
Could
The
never.
day could never. No. I mean,
No. Hard no.
I have your normal days off.
Okay,
Oh,
Saturday, Sunday?
yes, I have your normal days off. Fridays are like fucking game night. You know what I'm saying? Like my Friday before the actual weekend starts, when I know I have one entire day of rest,
Mm.
you know? Oh my God, Friday is a freebie for
Well, and
me.
then everybody that's in the office is also feeling that mentality too
That
of like,
freebie.
oh, we're almost done. We just got to get through these last couple hours.
Yes. And then Saturday is like the ultimate freebie. You can wake up
Sure.
late, you can go to sleep late. It doesn't matter because you still
Sure.
have Sunday as recovery. I
Yeah.
cannot even imagine. I mean, I remember having to do like one Saturday and then one Wednesday. I remember when my breaks were split.
Mm.
It's not convenient, in my opinion.
I wonder if
But
it's better when you're like in an office setting, you know?
the whole like Saturday Sunday deal.
Like a Saturday,
Oh, the breaks.
Wednesday, you know, because like maybe you're feeling less stressed because like when we were at the park, we were go 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 go. So
Yeah.
having a split day off, it was sort of like I can't even rest. My feet hurt,
Yeah.
my back hurts, my brain hurts. I don't want to talk to people. I can't do anything.
Yes.
So like split days off were miserable. But if you're like,
Speaking
you
on
know,
like the office side, it's mentally exhausting. It's
true.
also mentally exhausting when you're physically in front of people having to be on like
Oh
all the
yeah,
time, you
felt that.
know? I feel like office people, yes, while we hide behind the computer,
Mm,
it's just mentally taxing, I
yeah.
think, all around. So having 2 days of rest is something to look forward to. And
Mm,
especially having like a holiday and then the
mm,
weekend just so happens to roll around. My God, a mini vacation.
yeah.
My mom currently does 2 days, one day
Mm.
off, 2 days, one day off, 2 days, one day off. That's how she does
Oh.
it. Yeah. And oh, I'm sorry, 2 days, one day off, 2 days, 2 days, one day off, 2 days, and then Saturday, Sunday off,
Mm,
you know?
yeah.
And she loves it. She goes, I always feel like I'm rested. I'm like, that's fucking
I love
amazing. To
that.
only go in 4 days, 4 days a week.
What do you think about
Beautiful.
410s?
410s meaning like 10 hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
My
If my
mother-in-law
ass
does
is
that.
already, let's say I have to commute, your ass is already sitting in traffic anyway.
Yeah, well,
Might
especially here
as
in
well get paid
California.
for it.
Yeah,
The fuck? And then you get a whole 3 day off.
3 days.
I'd be spoiled.
Yeah, my
Oh my
mother-in-law does
God.
that. She gets Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, but then she's got to be up at freaking 5 in the morning because she's got to
Oof.
be at work at like 6:30. So
Oof.
she's there literally all day.
Wait a minute.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
6:30. And then she's off what at like
at 6:30. No, well, I don't even know. I'm so
that's
bad at
12
math. That would
hours.
be 4, right? 4:30.
Honestly,
Could you
would
do
not
that?
mind that period. No. I go in at 7:30, I'm off at 4. If I had to wake up 1 hour earlier just to be at work,
Yeah.
bitch,
To
I'm
get your
fucking
40 in the
there.
week and then you
Uh-huh.
get 3 days off.
I'm there. I'm there, honey.
That
Sign
sounds
me up. It
nice.
do sound nice. Totally depending on what the job is.
Yeah, no, that's
I'd
so
say.
real.
I'd say. Some nurses, job's hard.
Mm,
12-hour shifts, but it's like maybe 3 days a week,
mm,
you know? And they can do it. Some
yeah,
people pull off like 18, 20-hour shifts and they do it with sleeping in between. And you know what? Hey, enjoy those days off. It just makes you appreciate those days off even more. And to not have them consecutively,
yeah.
that sucks.
I feel
That
that you don't
sucks.
really get any sense of rhythm.
No, you don't get a sense of rest either. Not fully.
Yeah,
It's not
no.
like you can go ham on the end of your night on your day off.
Get fucking
Sucks.
crazy.
Yeah. You can't get fucking crazy. You can't just make a last minute trip to Vegas, you
Mm,
know?
true. You know what
Anyway.
I hate? Speaking of
Hmm.
jobs, I hate people that sort of lump sum. My job is harder than yours because XYZ.
Oh.
I hate that shit. Like, or my job is easier, your job is easier. I don't like that shit. When people say
Uh-huh.
that sort of contextualizing jobs like food service. And they go, well, what are you doing? You're just flipping burgers, and sort of
yeah.
making it seem like their job doing whatever is so much harder. And I feel like every job is difficult in its own way.
Right.
Some jobs are perceptionally going to be easier than others. You know, people might look at someone who's making TikToks all day and think, oh, well, their job is so easy, but they're grinding, they're looking at trends, they're engaging, they probably got all these horrible people they're dealing with. So there's a lot of mental exhaustion, like what you do. There's a lot of mental exhaustion dealing with the public. Someone
Having
who's
to stay relevant.
Right. Someone who's running around in a theme park, like what we used to do, they're physically fucking exhausted all the time. Someone who is working in food service is physically and mentally. So like every job is difficult in its own way. But it always just makes me so grouchy when someone says, oh, well, your job is so easy because blah, 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 blah.
No, comparison is the thief of joy, honey. It really is. How dare you tell me standing at greeter in front of Autopia and say that my job is not just as hard as a brain surgeon. It is. Everything's the line. How dare you?
Right. Your job is so difficult in comparison to a freaking brain surgeon.
I have to clock in same as you, sir. Shut up. You know? I don't even think it's a clock. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you? Yeah, I can't with the comparisons. All our jobs are difficult in our own right. I would love to see a fucking police officer take control and be a chef in a restaurant. Like, please, come on. Like, don't shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just shut up.
They're talking about. No,
it's like I when people want to complain about their job, this happens a lot. Someone will complain about their job and they'll say, oh, it's just so hard. I'm really exhausted because I'm doing this, this, and this. And then there's always that bitch in the room that's got to chime in and go, well, I do this, and that is so much harder than what you're doing. Shut up, Elizabeth. No one asked you if they thought that your job was harder or easier.
You're not even in this department.
Right. You don't even go here. This person is just saying that they're having a hard time because their job is outside of things that they're used to.
Yeah.
They're having a difficult time. If you wanted to complain, how would you feel if someone said, well, my job is so much harder than yours? No one asked you, Dan. Shut up. I hate that shit.
I hate that shit. I really do. I really hate comparisons in general. Truly. You know, I don't like the one-upping.
Yeah.
Don't like that. Don't like the guilt tripping.
Yeah.
In fact, just prior to this, I was reading through some Am I the Asshole posts.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not going to talk about this one, but there was one that literally said, am I the asshole for telling my niece this isn't a grief competition? And she was the fucking asshole. Like, of course she was, you know? How dare you? You can't compare other people's problems. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I only laughed because the phrasing of that.
Oh yeah.
It's funny.
No, well, yeah. The person that posted it was a total idiot, blithering idiot. Like, I'll tell you briefly. Okay, the OP.
Tell me.
The OP was some lady who was like, you know, I had like a miscarriage last year and it was really, really hard. Anyway, we were at Christmas and my niece was there and like her fiance recently died. So she looked really sad. Anyway, she was over by the soda and I told her, get me a soda. And then she literally turned around and she goes like, how could you ask me that? And I go, what? I'm just asking for a soda. Like, everybody was being so nice to me because I had a miscarriage and like, you know, people were kind of talking to her. Anyway, I just asked for a soda and it turned into like a big old fight. And I ended up saying like, well, you know, it's been really hard for me this past year. And then she said, well, my fiance just died. And I was like, I don't know, get out of my house. Like, you clearly don't want to be here. And the lady literally asked the people, am I the asshole for doing that?
For kicking out someone who was having a hard time?
Bitch. Ugh. Yes. And besides, I'm sorry, but like, a year ago and her fiance had just died, someone she could start a life with, you're a fucking asshole.
Some people are just horrible people.
They're horrible people.
Or, I want to retract that. Some people are very dense and don't understand that there are others in the room.
Yes.
This is something that I've been noticing has been getting worse. I don't know how long ago that post was, but I've been noticing this getting worse over the last maybe like 2 or 3 years, is people just have no comprehension that there is anyone else that is in the room with them, that is in the universe with them, that is in the galaxy.
Is on the internet with them,
that
thinking that they're in the right.
People just are very kind of selfish these days. It's been getting worse kind of post-pandemic lockdown. And I think it was because everyone was sort of trapped with themselves that their best or worst things cropped up,
It all comes out. It all comes out of you.
Yeah.
If you hide it or not.
Right.
It comes out regardless. Isn't that crazy? As much as you think you won't, you do.
You do.
You do.
Anyway. You sounded like Yogi Bear right there.
You do.
Hey, yo, boo boo. Yo. Ridiculous. So we are talking about assholes today, or perceptions of being an asshole. Oh my God, not pink.
Yeah, why not pink? I love pink. I have a little brown asshole myself.
Love pink. Wow. Incredible, Jasmine.
Yeah, assholes are fantastic. They can be. They do a lot of things for you.
I love butts. I really do. I love butts. I'm like the ant in Bob's Burgers,
Aw, yeah.
But I'm drawing human butts, not animal butts.
You know what? Everybody has a butt. And
Everyone's got a butt.
And a butthole. Everybody. Even the littlest creature on earth
has a butt.
Yep. They got a butt. They got a butthole. But does that mean that we inherently have to be buttholes? Don't think so.
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do either. Even though we have some.
Even though we got some.
One.
So before we get into these, because we're going to be reading a couple and chatting about them, I want to ask you, if you had a truncated one that you would post, do you have an Am I the Asshole? I know that you got one because I know I got one.
I'm sure I do. I'm trying to think now.
I should have prepped you ahead of time. I should have been like, I'm going to ask you this. Think about it, because I know you got one. Because we all do.
Tell me yours first.
Okay, well, you think about yours and have some time?
Yes.
A little vamping. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so I'm going to try to truncate this. So, am I the asshole? I had 3 different friends.
Okay.
Person A and person B were friends with each other. Person C was friends with me. These were people that were helping me with a project, and the person A and person B started fighting with C. They did not like them at all and started messaging me about their problems with C. I've never had problems with C. They were friends much longer than person A and B were, and I was much closer with. As things started boiling and getting worse between these 3 people, it became a World War III explosive fight. Person A and B both messaged me telling me that I should not be friends with person C anymore, that I should reprimand them for getting snippy with them. And I was looking at this whole situation thinking, the 3 of you have been fighting for months. This is a you problem. I am not involved in this fight at all. And I directly said that. And I said, if y'all got a problem with them, you need to deal with it like adults. I'm not going to choose sides here and become on team A and B or team C. That's y'all's job because you're adults. I don't think I was the asshole, but person A and B certainly thought I was and stopped talking to me permanently because I did not want to get involved in their drama.
Wow. You're not the asshole.
I don't think I'm the asshole.
No, you're not the asshole. You're just calling it as it is, telling them, please act your age. Don't we know how to communicate?
Yeah.
If you got a problem,
right,
you say it to them.
Right. Don't come to me and say, oh, you go deal with this.
I can't stand the whining. Oh, my God.
Right. You got a problem with each other and you're grown.
Yeah. Deal with it.
You're in your late 20s,
Girl.
almost 30s, and you're
Yeah.
acting like we're in high school that I gotta pick the two of you over them when the three of
Yeah.
you are the ones with problems with each other? That's
Mm,
not me. I'm not
no, no, no,
involved. Why do I
no.
gotta get involved in your petty drama?
I feel like you dodged a bullet there.
Oh, I fully did. I
Who
was so
knows
much
what
better
that
off.
friendship could have turned into if
Right.
it was literally frenemies.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I think you
And
got out of a
I'm not
situation.
a pick a side type of a bitch. I'm
No,
not gonna do all that.
you're Sweden.
So very much.
Switzerland. Oh my
Switzerland. Well,
God.
I got meatballs,
Excuse me,
so I
sweet
guess I am
bitch.
maybe Sweden. But I am that.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
two adults or three adults are fighting, and I'm sort of on the sidelines of it, don't
Yeah.
drag me in and ask me to pick a team. I'm not
Mm,
going to.
mm-hmm.
That's your problem. In the
Yeah, yeah,
same way
yeah.
that I wouldn't drag you into my problem. I might
That's good. It's
vent.
so cool. It just goes to show how big you are. You love both people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a problem with either of you two. You two have an issue, but
Right.
like, come on, we're cool.
Yeah, and if you
Shut
don't
up,
want to work
though.
with each other, and if you don't want to help do with this thing, that's
Yeah,
fine. We can figure out a way to absolve one of you from what you need to do, but don't
exactly.
ask me to make a decision because
Hmm.
that's y'all's problem.
Right.
That's a you problem, and you trying to make it a me problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, I thought of one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so, am I the asshole for telling person A's kids to be careful with my Nintendo Switch controllers? I was at person A's house, invited.
Okay.
Okay, these are relatives of mine.
Okay.
So it's not as if I'm at some stranger's house or a friend's house. They're
Right. Like you
relatives.
didn't bust into a neighbor's home for a
Sure didn't.
barbecue or something.
No, no, ma'am. No. And we're playing some games, okay? And the kids were playing with my Switch controllers,
Mm-hmm.
and they were kind of like horking them on the ground, kind of
Being
pushing
rowdy
them
like kids
on the
do.
ground, playing, yeah, being rowdy. Now, for context, this was kind of the first item I really bought with like um money I had earned after a while. It was rather
Oh, I see.
expensive. I hadn't bought like something big like that at the
Right.
time.
Switch is a big purchase.
Switch was a big purchase way back in the day when it first came
Oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll mention this other thing too. These kids have got every system imaginable.
Got it.
Every system imaginable. So it doesn't really matter that much. But I had more games because I played it quite a bit more
Right.
on my system. Anyway, I'm at their house. They're horking around. They're playing around with the controllers, and I go, "Hey guys, can you like just be a little more careful? Could you be careful, please?"
Right.
I maybe said it 2 or 3 times. Person A got very annoyed,
Mm,
fed up, said that you're nothing to talk that way to my kids.
no.
I tell my kids what to do. You don't. You don't have any authority.
Uh.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh. In front of their kids, no problem. Their kids stopped dead cold.
No.
Funds over, left the house. Haven't been back in 8 years.
Whoa.
Am I the asshole?
Absolutely not. Some
Yeah.
parents do not want to parent, and when people say I discipline my kids, you don't. I already know that they don't discipline their kids because if they're acting like that with your stuff, they're not getting disciplined. I already know.
Mm, I
That's
love those kids. Sucks.
sure.
Sucks. Haven't been back at that house in 8 years.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And
It
told to
was
get the F out of their house
yeah,
when you were
the
just trying to say, hey,
screaming and
this is
shouting.
my thing.
Okay.
Please be careful.
Yeah.
No.
Jer. I mean, I could get into it. I won't get into the grisly details, but like ultimately it was get the fuck out of my house, and that was it. Great excuse for person A to never be around as well. They were very much a part of our family, never liked being a part of our family.
I see.
So this was a great excuse to never come around again.
Sometimes that's all you need, you know?
Oh,
Like,
and wait a minute. Let me just
oh,
say,
there's more.
I loved going there.
Sure.
I loved person A and I loved person B very, very, very much. Very much. Um, and I always wanted person A to be a part of our family. But
Sure.
knowing now that person A never wanted to be a part and that person A is using this to justify to person B why they should not be
That makes
involved
sense.
is like it's very hurtful to know,
Yeah.
again, because I like loved this person,
Right.
and I hate the fact that they're using this as a reason.
Mm,
I'm not nobody's fucking reason, like, but it's definitely a great excuse for them, you know.
absolutely.
Sucks. Sucks.
Yeah, no,
Is
I
what it
get that.
is. But I'm not an asshole.
No, you're not the
I'm not an
asshole at
asshole.
all.
No, no. Your teachers are going to tell your kids something.
Right. And
Okay?
you won't go
Like
off on them.
anybody outside in the real world is going to tell your kids to like shut up even and not be nice about it.
Well, and also not teaching kids early on that if other people are saying something, it's for a reason. Because at some point, those kids are going to
Correct.
grow up and join the workforce, and there's going to be someone who's going to say, "You're not doing your job correctly. Do it
Yeah.
this way instead." And if you train them from a young age to not recognize that other people are going to try and course correct your behavior, then you are going to grow up as a cucked adult. You're not going to be an effective
Mhm.
adult
Mhm.
because you have no comprehension that other people are in the world with you.
Yeah.
And as a polite society, we have to be able to take direction from others sometimes. Even
Yes.
if it's minuscule, like, hey, please
Yeah.
be careful with my things. That's
Yeah.
my thing, please.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
share your thoughts, your prayers, and your concerns, baby.
Thoughts
Oh
and
my God.
prayers.
Let's go. It feels very validating to know I'm not the asshole. You're not the fucking asshole
Yeah.
either. Dear. You're not. But so validating. Hell yeah.
Hell
I'm glad
yeah.
I have
All
that
right.
story in my pocket.
I'm
Yes.
glad you did too. Let's see if other people are assholes though.
Ooh. Do you want to go
Yeah,
first?
let's do it. I have
Let's
four.
do one. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah, we'll go back and forth. I have
Okay.
four, but we'll kind of see where we're at with time as we go. So this one's
Okay.
kind of a quick one. All right. So, hey, I'm 19 male and my girlfriend is 18 female. We've been dating for about 2.5 years now, all going smooth until a few days ago. She texted me a link to a Wattpad page. Have you ever been to Wattpad?
No. What is that?
Oh, it's like you can put your writing for free online.
Oh,
And there's, fan fiction, there's actual stories. There's a lot of really cool stuff on Wattpad.
okay.
So I opened it and I was shown her entire page. She had so much fanfic in there, I was blown away. I was bombarded, and then I read one because it had my name. Then I started to get uncomfortable. She used my full name in the story and described me down to a T. My girlfriend is also a huge K-pop fan, and it was a homosexual fanfic about me, and said K-pop member. Just reading it had me feeling kind of sick. She went
Whoa.
into great detail, and it had an entire 7-part series about it. I decided to call it quits and closed out of the tab. It had a couple views behind it too. So after 30 minutes, I text her, "Hey, I saw what you wrote about me. Could you please stop that? Or at the very least, not post it publicly?" And she wasn't having it. She blew up at me saying how I shouldn't care, I'm
Oh.
insecure, and a bunch of other things. I know, bitch. I tried to reason with her on this, as my immediate family and friends use Wattpad, and to be honest, I just don't like the idea of her using my full name and descriptors out there like that.
No.
Right. She called me a piece of shit for trying to restrain her. At this point, I was just confused
Restrain?
and asked, restrain, and asked her to call later. We called and she was still mad. Am I the asshole here?
Not
No.
the asshole at all.
No.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine that your long-term partner, however long you're 2.5 years in, and you find out that they've been writing, I mean, you're you're on the bi spectrum. Let's pretend that you are completely straight and you find out that your boyfriend's been writing lesbian fanfic about you. I I
Mm,
would probably be like pretty upset. Like if I found out that Jake was writing like straight fanfic about me, that I was like fucking some girl and like
yeah.
he I don't know if he's like getting excited about this or if it's just like
But
a
isn't it so
fantasy.
much worse because this is a friend?
This is a girlfriend.
Oh, this is a
This girlfriend,
girlfriend.
not a friend. They've been
They
dating for 2.5
dating.
years.
Dating. I guess you never really know the person you're fucking dating.
I mean,
Dang.
yeah,
Okay. How long did they say the relationship was?
2.5 years.
Mm, wow.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, I totally get
it's
fan
like,
fiction. I think fan fiction could be really fun if both parties are involved. I feel like if you're going to write something, you got to tell someone, hey, can I write a fan
yeah,
fiction about you getting absolutely plowed by my favorite K pop boy? And if
yeah,
your boyfriend is like, uh, sure, I guess,
yeah.
just,
I'll
you
be
know,
amused.
don't use my name.
Don't use
Change,
my government name
right,
and descriptors.
right,
What
use a
the
nickname or
hell?
something.
Oh my gosh. Why not practice out these fantasies like with your partner?
Oh,
I
yeah,
get the writing, but like, oh yeah, no,
that could be fun too.
that's bad.
Yeah.
That's that
Definitely
is
not
really
the asshole
bad.
here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Right?
Okay. Are you ready for my story?
I am so ready. I've never been more ready in my life.
This one, I certified asshole.
Okay.
100% certified asshole classics. Here we go. Am I the asshole for not wanting my husband to go to his ex's funeral?
Huh?
Okay. So I'll admit I'm biased right off the bat. Couldn't stand her. I'll call her his ex to myself and others. He called her his friend. We're all in our early 40s, and she died recently, aneurysm.
Mm.
I've been with him 10 years, but he'd known her for like 20 plus.
Oh my God.
Yes. The way he says it, they were friends in college. They decided to date, got married, then realized they weren't a good couple, and then
Oh,
decided to just be friends.
that
And that
happens so
happened
often.
years before I met him. He was pretty clear, though, that she was like important.
Right. I mean, you don't get married to someone and not find them important in some way.
Yeah. Well, a couple months into dating, it came up that his friend was actually his ex-wife. That so he explained what I just said earlier, that she was one of his closest friends and it
Mm.
was platonic. I expressed discomfort at him being so close to an ex, and he said, "It's fine. He said, if you got a serious issue with it, let me know now and save us some time.
Right.
I'll choose her. I like you and all, but I've known her over 12 years at the time,
Mm.
and she's one of the most important people in my life. You have to be okay with that."
Right.
When we were engaged, I asked again, and he gave me this look and said, "Why would us getting married affect my friendships?"
Right.
So I sucked it up and went along, and I resented every moment of knowing her, especially when we had to be social.
Hmm.
She understood some part of him I just couldn't. And her husband was friends with mine, so it's not like I could use him as like an angle. He'd have lunch with the ex, they'd go to the geeky movies and whatever. The few times I brought it up, he said, "We had this conversation before. You had your chance to back out."
Right. She had every opportunity to say, I don't think
Mhm.
I can do this. You're too close with your ex.
I want to remind everybody that these are her words, okay? She literally wrote this, okay? This person.
Right.
She died after they had lunch the other day on the way to the car. He spent a bunch of time crying, but honestly, I was relieved.
Oh,
He was working with her husband on funeral planning. I told him, "You don't think you're going, do you?"
oh,
My argument, she's dead. So she's not a factor anymore. He doesn't get to use his "she's my friend" excuse since she doesn't exist anymore. He had
No.
his cry for a couple days. He gets to be done with mourning her already. There's no need for him to go to her funeral since
What?
I wouldn't want her at his.
Bitch, that's crazy.
The audacity.
The unmitigated gall.
Oh my God. Okay, so he was the angriest I've ever seen him when I told him that, replying that he'll be going no matter how I feel, and that, quote, willing to burn this to the fucking ground, while holding up his wedding band. Quote, besides you, she was the closest friend in my life. Him, her husband, and my sisters are all calling me an insensitive asshole about this, all saying
Good.
there was no romantic aspect to their relationship and I'm heartless. I never felt that their relationship was appropriate. I hid that for years because I wanted to be with my husband. Now that she's gone, I don't feel like I have to hide it anymore.
Oh
Am I
my
the asshole for wanting him
God.
to be done with her? Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Yeah.
Absolutely certified asshole.
Wow.
I mean, I get jealousy and I get thinking that something is going on a little bit more. I think it's natural and okay to be a little bit jealous, but you got to trust that your partner is being honest with you. That if you say, hey, is there something more here? No, we're just really good friends. I trust you. I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah.
And say, I feel a little bit jealous of how close you both are because I don't feel that we're that close. But I will work on that and I'll figure out why I'm feeling jealous and we'll work on things and leave it at that. But I mean, to be relieved that she died.
Girl, to go beyond the grave with the jealousy, that's crazy. That is actually insane to be jealous of. Oh my God. And on top of that, Miss Girl knew her husband for 20 plus years.
They were married.
That's the kind of friend. Yeah, at one point, and they were adult enough to realize that the relationship wasn't going to work. A divorce is this sucks to say. A divorce is almost always like a good thing for a relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it would be really sad, you know. This is like I'm just saying, it's a good thing for a relationship.
There's almost no situation I can think of where a divorce was bad for a relationship.
Yeah.
You want to get divorced for a reason.
Yes.
Girl, this is someone who I feel like would pull out a Luigi board to be like, Anita, are you out there? Whatever her name is. Yes, Anita, come to the Ouija board. Hey, bitch. I just want you to know that I fucking hate you and I'm glad you're dead, bitch. Yeah. And then burn the Ouija board, you know? Yeah. That's what she would do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Someone in the comments wrote, you're the asshole. Good luck with the divorce.
Oh my God.
Know? He goes, when he divorces you, he's probably not going to have to explain his friendship with you to the next woman because seriously, like who'd want to stay friends with a woman who treated you like this? And then someone put, oh my gosh, where was it?
Oh, I need to know if they're still together. I got to know if he divorced her. I really need to know.
Yeah, I wish there was a follow-up. Isn't that crazy?
She probably got so many nasty DMs.
Oh, she sure did. Literally everybody is like, holy wow, you're the asshole. Enjoy your divorce.
Oh, no.
Let the man go and grieve, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Whoa.
Ridiculous.
Certified asshole.
Yeah, Captain Asshole.
Captain Asshole, indeed. All right, so my next one. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that her fiance used to be gay? First off, the phrasing is a little bit weird to me. Whenever people say, did you know they used to be gay? Well, I think they probably are still gay. They might just be hiding it.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a TLDR. My sister's fiance was gay, and he didn't tell her. I told her, and they're no longer getting married. Am I the asshole? Ooh. Here's the story. My sister, 20 female, announced that she was getting married on the 17th of January.
That is so young.
So young. At 20?
20?
20 is a baby. Your frontal lobe's not even fully developed.
Girl, and you're getting married? Okay.
Right.
And then?
It said that the wedding would be taking place on the 16th of February. They are getting married 1 month after announcing it. That's a shotgun wedding. Either we're doing a pregnancy thing, there's a scare, or this is I gotta get this done quick before something bad happens.
Could be religious.
It could be a religious thing.
Could be like, we gotta fuck. We gotta get married.
I knew someone back at my church that got caught doing gay shit, and he sort of like shotgunned a wedding because he just needed to get everybody off his back about it.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah, isn't it? Okay, so they're getting married on the 16th of February, 1 month after they've already announced it, 30 calendar days. It was supposed to just be a simple backyard wedding. Another big red flag for me. Neither I or my parents.
What state is this in?
Oh, I don't even know. It doesn't say.
I wonder what state this is in. My goodness. I'm very curious to know.
It's probably down in the south somewhere.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Please.
No, you're okay.
Please.
Neither I or my parents, who she lives with, thought this was that she was seriously dating anyone. She was supposed to be transferring from community college to university next academic year. My parents seemed concerned but supportive of her. I live in a large city about 4 hours away from them, so I arranged to go home for this surprise wedding. I looked at a picture of fiance on Facebook. He's my age, 27, and she's 20. The girl that's getting married, the guy she's getting married to is 27. Not that that's a big deal, but that's kind of a big gap.
That's kind of weird.
It's kind of a big gap. Whenever I can't really like find someone in their own dating pool to get married to, it's kind of a red flag for me. I think there's a big difference between 20 and 27 versus 27 and like 35, because those are about the same numbers. I feel like you're much more of a kind of confirmed person by the time you hit your late 20s. Whereas when you're still in your early 20s, you just got out of high school not that long ago.
Getting married at 20. He's 27.
Yeah.
Like a fucking course. They're gonna. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If she can't name the cartoons you used to watch growing up, too young for you, dude.
Yes. Yes. But
way too young.
That being said, I do think that like someone getting married, like if it was 27 to, I don't know, like 35 or something, I think that's fine. You know?
I don't know why it's different.
It's because you're literally still a kid at 20.
I guess
you were just the year before. You had teen attached to your name.
Yeah.
You can't even legally
think about
drink.
Those celebrities that are like 48 and they married a 24-year-old.
Oh. That's such a huge gap.
It's weird. But they do it all the time.
Okay. But someone getting 50, getting married to someone in their 70s, I don't think I would think that was weird at all.
I would think that's weird.
Would you?
I would totally think it's for money. I can only see it with people doing that.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, you know what? I would do it too.
I think it's sus.
It's a little sus.
Have like a genuine love and they meet late. Who the fuck knows? Who are we? But
right.
Like,
who are we to judge?
I'm just saying,
are we the assholes for judging people who are young getting married to someone old? Answer in the comments, people. Maybe we are. Maybe we're the assholes.
No, I don't think we're wrong.
We might be.
I think everybody thinks it's weird. I think when they see a super young person walking in with an old guy, what's the first thought? You know,
money.
Yeah, come on. Come on, you're just waiting.
Midlife crisis.
Clock to chime, you know?
Sure.
Girl.
Did I tell you that I recently had a sugar daddy scammer?
Scammer?
Yeah. Well, I mean, almost every sugar daddy thing is a scam. But this guy messaged me and said, I really want to spoil you. I want to give you $400 a week. I just want to talk to you. And I was like, okay. So I wasn't going to give him my phone number because I'm not about to do that. I'm not an idiot. So I make him download Snapchat. And he does, and we start talking, and I'm like, so about that money? And he goes, yeah, so I really want to pay off your debts. I'm just going to need your bank account info, your routing number, and your full name. And I'm go, no, I'd prefer, like, if you're going to give me money, I'd prefer you do it on Venmo or Cash App. And he
Yeah.
says, oh, I don't use those. And I said, okay, well, that's what I'm comfortable with. And he said, so what do you do for work? And I was like, oh, I just like do video editing for like content creators or whatever. And he goes, oh, can I send you a video? And I said, sure, where's it posted? Thinking it's going to be like Facebook or YouTube or something.
Sure.
And he wants me to pick it up or look at it through something that's similar to Dropbox. And I'm like, no, I thought it was like on YouTube or something. Plus, I'm not taking on any new clients. And he goes, so I can't send you the link? And I said, no, I'd rather, let's talk about the money thing. So Venmo. And he says, oh, I don't use that. So I'd love to have your bank account info so I could pay off your debt. And I blocked him.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That was 100% a scam.
100%. Trying to get me to download links, trying to get my info.
Girl, have you heard of this? The pig butchering?
That sounds so scary.
Yeah, I know, right? It's horrible to say. It's literally called pig butchering. What they do is they go on these social media sites. It could be literally anything. Hinge. It could be Grindr. It could be Facebook. It could be an ad on your computer. Like, it doesn't matter. And they'll start talking to you. At first, they'll start saying, like, hi, oh, I'm sorry, this is the wrong number. You seem so nice. What is your, like, what do you do? And this is my name. And they send, like, a picture to verify whatever the fuck. And then they get you talking to them. And then they start saying, listen, like, I've got this great idea. I need your info to do so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. And they start by sending you this link that shows, it's a website. I forget what I think it's called AnyDesk. And it shows your screen to them. Oh. You share screens. And then they like, for example, a common scam is like your money is being
it'll be like, account. Oh yeah, they're stolen, so you have to transfer it.
So what they do is they get people to share screens, and they go, okay, you need to log into your bank account.
Right, and then they'll steal all their stuff.
Yeah, and they repeat it back to you, and they say, go to the bank. And then you go to the bank, you take out all that money, and they say you have to take that cash and put it into a private wallet. Crypto.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pig butchering.
Bitch, that's crazy. And people fall for that.
Oh, 100%.
They do.
It doesn't matter how smart you are.
It's so sad.
It could happen to literally anybody.
Yeah.
They're trained. They're trained for hours to do that, and it's all they do. And they'll literally go on anything that's got a message available. So Kick, like I said, like just a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of shit. They'll just start, oh my God, I'm so proud of you for not falling for it.
Oh yeah, I was like doing everything I could to try and get him to send me money. I was like, here's my Venmo info. Because like if you click on my Venmo profile, it's not like you can do anything, and there's $1.02 in there. So not like you'd be able to get anything. But
you're smart.
I've gotten one of those text messages, and it was someone who was like, hey, who's this? I have your number. And I replied not realizing that it was a scammer. And they did the whole like, oh, can I send you a photo so that we could check if we know each other? And I was like, oh, sure. So this person sends me a picture of this very pretty girl.
Oh, gorgeous.
And I was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. You're so cunt. You're so fierce. I'm really gay, so I doubt that we've talked to each other. And she goes, oh, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I suck dick. I'm sure that I've never talked to you before. And this person on the other side goes, I'm so sorry for bothering you.
Yeah.
Stop talking to me.
Girl, I've gotten one where it was like, hi, I've got this same opening.
Yeah.
Hi, I got your number. Like, who is this?
Yeah. It's always the same thing.
I'm like, this is Jasmine. How can I help you? Very HR. And then I eventually said, listen, wrong number.
Yeah.
And she thanked me by saying, thank you. You're such a kind gentleman. I said my real name. I didn't say my full name. But like, tell me where you've come across a man named Jasmine. Please.
You're such a kind gentleman.
Yeah, you're such a kind gentleman.
Oh my God. I'm going to pass away.
Scams, dude. Fuck them. I don't care where they're posted at.
Yeah.
If you're coerced into doing it, sorry. But like, fuck you.
Right.
Do that.
Oh my God. You're such a kind gentleman, Jasmine. Uh,
It's true.
I love that.
It's
I'm going to say
true.
it forever.
Yeah,
Just
it
know
was a
that's going to
lovely
be my new
moment.
personality for you.
A kind gentleman.
Yeah, you're a very kind gentleman. Oh, okay. So going back, we put a pin in this. Okay.
So sorry.
So
Yes.
he's my age, 27. I am gay, and I could swear I recognized him from gay bars that I used to frequent in the area. I wasn't sure, so I planned to talk to some old friends in town to see if they would confirm. I ended up being able to go home on the 11th, 5 days before the wedding. Talked to several people, and they confirmed, even talked to several people that slept with him. I know this is
Oh
just a
my gosh.
gossip, but many people think he got saved. He even kind of confirmed it when I asked him about it. So I'm wondering if my little sister knows about this. I decided to confront him. I asked him if he used to frequent the bar. I could tell he was surprised that I knew, but he said yes. He said that he had changed. This was the life that he wanted with my sister. He told me that he was buying a house for them, wanted to have kids. I didn't buy it, so I gave him one day to tell my sister, or I was going to tell her. Another pin. This happens a lot with gay men who are just trying to get their family off their back. So they'll get a beard wife. I think this is called a lavender. Maybe it's not a lavender wedding, but they'll get like a beard wife. They'll get married so that people won't be suspicious and they can run around
Yeah.
with all the gays that they want to and fuck them while outwardly having this straight heterosexual Christian life.
It's such a it's such a painful experience for both people. The one
Absolutely.
that's getting duped, truly
Because
duped
they have
and
no
gooped,
idea.
and the one that's getting gooped in.
Yeah.
Very sad.
And that person feels like they have no choice but to lie. And to make that lie happen by getting married to someone who is seemingly probably pretty oblivious. And they probably picked so young because they thought she was naive and wouldn't think anything of it.
God,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Sad. But it happens a lot. So 2 days came. I went and he didn't tell her. I told her this morning. She didn't believe me at first, but I gave her the contact info of some of his old past partners. She's very hurt and has called off the wedding. My parents have spent a couple $100s for the wedding. I have offered to pay this back to them. They're pissed off at me for interfering, even knowing the circumstances. They've told several
Wow.
family members that I ruined my sister's wedding. This confuses me. Obviously, based on this reaction, this information was valuable to my sister. It has me questioning my perspective. Am I
Hello.
the asshole for intervening here?
Not at all, honey.
Not
Not
even
even a
a
little bit.
little bit.
No, no,
No, I don't think
no.
so.
Oh,
I mean,
this is kind of dancing in a little bit of dangerous territory, is it
mm,
not? Because if we were to play devil's advocate here,
right.
he outed him, this man.
Well, that's also true. Outing someone is never a good idea.
It's never a good idea. But
It's
also,
disrespectful.
on the other hand, let's get real.
Mm-hmm.
You're involving a family member of mine that I care
Right.
about and that I love, and you're deliberately not being upfront. There's I I'm a firm believer that you be upfront with somebody from the
Mm-hmm.
get-go and you don't let shit slide or get revealed years down the line.
Yeah.
Um, Now obviously we come to learn about ourselves with
Mm-hmm.
time, and if we share that time with someone, the minute you start feeling that you're confirming your realizations to yourself, that's when you begin sharing.
Right.
That's called communication,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Versus literally
Right.
hiding a secret. So I'm on the side that this guy's not an asshole despite all of the points.
Mm-hmm.
Um, on top of that, that was a family member that he cared about.
Right.
And she's also 20. Might be saving her a lot of heartache years down the line,
Years of
straddled with
heartache.
kids.
Right.
Yeah.
With someone
Or,
who's going to walk away and not care, potentially. I mean, there's
yeah,
no way to know what's going to
potentially.
happen. Like,
Uh-huh.
there's no way to know what will happen in the future if this guy will break her heart or if he's going to do what he says. But, I mean, my thing is don't fuck with family, you know?
Yeah,
If I
yeah, don't
care
fuck
about a
with
family
family.
member, I'm going to do whatever I can to protect them. And if they hate me, that's fine
Right.
because someday they're going to grow up and they're going to realize that I did whatever I did to help them, you know?
Yes.
someday that girl will find the love of her life who's not lying to her and isn't being dishonest. And
Yeah.
she will say, you saved me and made sure that I got the right person. You know?
Ooh,
That's my
girl.
perspective.
And it doesn't hurt to wait. I'm just saying
Right.
2020,
And a
you know.
month to announce on the 17th and then get married on the 16th the following month, that's no
Yeah.
time at all.
Yeah. I'm curious to know, really. I'm curious to know what the situation is for the marriage. How
Yeah.
long they've known each other. How creepy would it be if it'd been like, I've known her for 4 years.
Right, because then she'd be like 16.
Yeah.
And that does happen
He,
a lot.
friend of the family.
Mm-hmm.
I how gross. I'm just
Gross.
sorry for judging you on your age, dude, but you're creepy. That's weird.
Honestly, the way that it sounds like I just following my intuition here, I would guess that this guy is like 27, probably fucks around a lot, probably
Yeah.
got caught in the conservative area. And
Yes.
someone was like, if you don't fix things, we're going to tell everybody and you're going to be in trouble. And we're going to
Yeah.
run you out of town. So they were like, well, let me go get saved and go do the Christian thing. And if I get married, then if I go to a bar and happen to suck a dick, no one will think anything of it because I'm married and no one's looking for me at the bars, you know?
Hmm.
That would
Hmm.
be my thought.
Well, I've got a story here that
I'm
I'm
so ready.
realizing is a little well, it's a little contradictory to what I just said
Oh
about being a
no.
firm believer about telling the truth 100%. But I feel like okay, bear with me, fellas. Here we go.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for not telling my girlfriend that my parents are gay?
Oh, I was looking at that one. I
Yes.
almost picked this, but I didn't read the whole thing.
Okay. I've got two parents. My birth dad and my he's 48 and my other dad who's 45. I call my birth dad dad and
Okay.
then I call my other dad pops.
Hmm. Very
So
cute.
dad was married to my mom for a few years. She left dad and yeah, they end up divorcing. She's somewhere in California. I don't know. Haven't talked to her in ages.
Hmm.
Dad and pops, I'm super close with. They're the best parents any child could ask for.
Hmm.
I love both of them. They've always been with me. My dad introduced me to pops when I was a little boy,
Oh.
and they told me that they were in a relationship, and I was all for it because I saw my dad become lonely when he was single.
Yeah.
So seeing the fact that my dad loves somebody and has a life partner made me super happy.
Hmm.
Pops and dad got married. We've been living an amazing life. I'm probably closer to Pops than my own dad,
Hmm.
just due to the fact that Pops is real cool. He's laid back. I love them both equally, and they love me as well. I'm blessed to have them as parents. Um, for a few months, I've been dating this girl who's my age. I thought she's pretty, and we kicked it. And she told me, "My parents want to meet your parents and want to come over for dinner." I said, "Sure, yeah, I'll tell my family."
Hmm.
Yesterday, she comes in, Pops says hi. She goes, "Come in, sweetheart, like dinner's ready." She said, "Oh, you must be her like his dad. So good to meet you." And she shakes his hand and then she sees dad come out of the kitchen holding like a cheese tray with mint putting on the table.
Oh, a
And
little
then
charcuterie board.
yeah, a little charcuterie board. And then my girlfriend goes, "Who's that?" And I go, "That's my dad."
Hmm.
And she goes, "I thought he's your dad," referring to Pops. I say, "Yeah, that's my Pops and that's my dad." She pulls me to the side and she goes, "I didn't know your parents was gay." Oh my God, like why didn't you tell me?
Hmm.
I genuinely didn't know why that'd be an issue because you're dating me, like not my parents.
Right.
So it shouldn't matter, but I guess it's a concern. So her parents come to the door after they park the car, and my girlfriend tells her parents, "We gotta go."
Oh.
And they left. I told my parents, "I'm sorry." And they said, "Son, don't worry about this. This is nothing new." And then we all sat down and had dinner and went to sleep. So am I the asshole for not telling?
Mm,
To his credit,
damn.
it'd been a couple months, he said.
Yeah.
And one comment said, "Not the asshole. Did she ever tell you her parents were straight?"
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most people assume that when you say parents, you're talking about a mom and a dad because that's
I
just
know.
the way that
That's
your
the
automatic
standard.
recall is. Right. It's the standard. People
Yeah.
are, when you say elephant, people are going to think gray. They're not going to think that you're referring to a pink elephant or something, you know?
Yeah.
There's this automatic recall that people automatically go to because that's what they're familiar with. So this person saying my parents, he's not thinking
No,
anything
he's
of it
being
because,
pretty naive.
right, because his worldview is that parents look like anything. They can be whatever. Those are his parents, which I
Which
think
is,
is beautiful. And I think the world is moving that way. But
yeah.
I mean, you do have to kind of disclose to someone who's a normie, hey, my life is a little bit different than what you might expect. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe not saying something saved a bullet, you know, or maybe that could have
Like dodged a
like
bullet.
dodge a bullet, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or maybe
Yeah,
it could
yeah,
have been
yeah.
avoided earlier. Who knows? That would be so devastating to me as a parent. Not because I got rejected because I wouldn't give a fuck, but that my
Uh-huh.
kid would sort of feel like he did something wrong for not saying something, you know?
Mm,
But at the same time, having that mentality of, well, we just ate dinner and everything was fine and normal. I kind of love that too.
I do.
I don't think
I
he
do
was the asshole.
too. I it's hard to say thinking about it now because I mean at no point he never thought to bring up his parents at any conversation with his girlfriend.
Right, or
You
gay
know,
stuff at
like
all.
I'm sure, yeah, well, not even have to mention that they're gay and the I'm just saying like, yeah, I had to spend time with my dad and then my pops, like or something. I don't know, but like I don't know. Naive for
A
sure.
little bit
And I
naive.
think he put his parents in a even though they handled it
Very
perfectly,
well.
I think he put them in a rather uncomfortable situation here.
Hmm.
You know,
Potentially even dangerous.
could be kids will be kids, but he's not. He's 25.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sweet kid for thinking that the world would just be open and accepting, but maybe a good wake up call to realize that the world is not as morally gray as you might think that it is, that some
Right.
people really live on those poles of black and white. But I
Like,
mean, this seems like a sweet kid. I don't think they're an asshole. I think they're just a little naive,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
especially in our current political environment about gays, you know?
And what a shame. There's like so many gay parents out there that shouldn't,
Yeah.
you know. Ay.
I okay, so we have probably time for one last one. So
Okay.
I'm gonna choose one of my other two that are remaining because I thought I had a specific feeling about this. Okay, am I the asshole for how I, 37 male, reacted to my son, 17 male, coming out to me? It's been pointed out my title wording makes this post seem worse than it is. I apologize for that. It wasn't my intention. So I've always known my son had an interest in men. He was slow on the pickup of incognito modes, and from the searches he made, I figured he was at least bi-curious, if that's the proper term for it, since he hit puberty. Well, last year, he started bringing a boy around. It was obvious they were dating, to the point I figured that he knew I knew and it wasn't a big deal to anyone. Well, apparently I was wrong. After school yesterday, he and his boyfriend came up to me and said there was something really important they needed to tell me. My
Mm-hmm.
son said that they were dating and had been for a year. Well, I was surprised that he wasn't aware I knew and was a bit thrown off. My mouth moved faster than my brain and I said, well, that's pretty fucking gay. That's so funny to me. But that's like humor that I would do to a colleague or a friend.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
if I would say
or
that to
someone
my
you don't even actually know is in the costume.
right. I would be like someone that I was super close with. You know, I don't know if I would say that to my kid, but I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I'm
No, I thought it
sorry.
was peak comedy, which I think so too.
Yeah.
Since It is, in fact, gay. However, I understand using the word gay in that way gives it a negative undertone, hence the mouth faster than the brain comment. Which, do you remember when Hillary Duff had to go on to TV and was like, when you say gay, do you know what you say? Do you remember that? Imagine if somebody said, that's so girl using a t-shirt as a dress. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway. Now my son and I are usually pretty edgy with our humor. This being fairly tame for the stuff we joke about. Well, probably not appropriate for the situation. It wasn't our norm for a conversation between us. However, he and his boyfriend were very, very upset and left. I'm probably the asshole, but I thought I would check and see if y'all had some advice on what I could say to fix it. He currently won't respond to my texts or calls.
Some people can't take a joke, man.
I mean, I think it's sort of the same as your last story. I think it was
Yeah.
just a little naive to think
Very.
that that type of humor is appropriate for a 17-year-old boy who is really excited to tell you that he's gay and is probably like really nervous and scared.
What a shutdown.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And even
Time
though,
and place, man.
right, sucking dick and cock, time and place.
Yeah.
It really feels like if this kid was maybe 5 years older, you know, he was like 23, 24, maybe that joke would have flown a little bit better because it was like, damn, that's pretty fucking gay. And maybe he would understand that. But like when you're 17, you're hormonal, you're still in high school, you are
Super
scared.
sensitive. Yeah.
I can understand being upset about
Practically
that.
vibrating.
Right.
Like anything can tipple the scales, dude.
With a
At that age.
17-year-old? Oh, yeah. Anything.
Wow. Bad.
I don't think it's an asshole at
Funny.
all. Reddit says that this guy's an asshole.
Yeah. He's a fucking asshole. Yes, he is.
I think he was
Yes, he is.
naive.
Hilarious.
It's so
Horrible.
funny.
He's gonna like tell that story in trauma classes, dude. Explaining that this was the root.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
I thought it was
fucking
funny. If someone said that to me now, I would probably cackle.
Oh,
But like
yes.
one of my internet friends and I do that to each other a lot. You know, we'll say something like he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I want to try some pole tonight." And I'd be like, "That's pretty fucking gay." And he'd be like, "Whatever, bro, I'm not gay."
Why can't we take it back? Let's take it back
Right.
for us, you know?
Yeah, let's reclaim. But I
Let's
mean, I think
reclaim
that's
it.
something you do with close friends. I don't know if I would ever do that to a kid. Do I think that's an asshole move? No, I just think it was a little ignorant.
A little.
Well,
I
a
think
lot
it's pretty
ignorant.
fucking ignorant.
It's really
Yeah.
ignorant.
Like time and place. Like you can say that at the bar after a couple of drinks, dude.
Right.
And you're having a good time. You know?
Right. Especially if that's out of the norm for your normal conversation with your kid.
Yeah. It was
Totally.
crickets after that. Like no laugh to be heard.
No, just anger and storming out.
That was a bomb.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious. I would think that's hilarious if it was said to me.
Now though.
Now.
Can you imagine?
Right. At 17?
You just turned 17. You
No.
know?
I would lose it.
No. Oh my god. That would be my reason. That'd be my 13th.
Oh yeah,
reason.
I'd be crying. I'd be at the Jack in
Horrible.
the Box overeating, throwing up on myself because I
Yeah.
ate too much food.
Would have gained
shitting.
30, 40 pounds. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'd literally just die. I would die. All right, so we have time for, I think you've only done 2, right?
Okay. Yes. I
Okay,
do.
so
I
you
do.
can bring us to church.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Whew, the pressure. Am I the asshole for wanting my niece to step up and take care of her grandmother?
Huh.
Hi. My niece, Jane, she's the daughter of my sister who passed away 4 years ago after an illness that lasted more than 15 years.
Good setup.
Yeah, I'm going to mention here, I forgot to say, this person that's writing it is 54 years old and a man.
Okay.
He's a man, Maury.
Okay.
Jane's great. She's smart, intelligent. She had a rough childhood because of her mom's illness,
Right.
and took care of her until the day she passed away, for which I'm grateful. She also took care of the administration after her death,
Oh
and
my
kept on
God.
taking care and helping her grandma, who's my mom.
How old
My
is this
mom,
kid?
oh,
Jane?
at this time that he's writing it, 26.
Oh my God.
15 years. So since she was, oh, girl, since
You
she
just
was
stuttered.
11,
Stroked.
she's been taking care of her mom.
11.
11.
That's a lot of growing up and a lot of childhood you miss out having
Let's
to be the
go.
adult in the room.
Can you imagine?
No.
Yeah.
I feel so
And
bad for Jane already.
oh, you know what? It might even be worse. Look at this first sentence. It says, Jane's 26,
Mm-hmm.
daughter of my sister who passed away 4 years ago.
So she
So when she
passed
was 22,
22.
and an illness that lasted more than 15 years.
So hold on. We got to do math here.
22
22
minutes.
minus 15. That means she was 7 years old when this all started. That's a
Rough
fast growing
childhood.
up. And I mean, she was probably taking care of her around
Yeah.
junior high, high school. So spent
Yes.
her formative years taking care of her
Being
mom, which I
responsible.
mean, great, great kid there for stepping up and doing that. But that's also not her job. She was supposed to grow
No,
up.
she was supposed to be a kid.
Yeah, and she didn't get that chance. I already feel bad for
No.
this kid.
My mom, her grandma,
Right.
and Jane have a great relationship.
Mm.
Jane studied at university, found a job in the university
Oh,
town,
good
about
for
an
her.
hour and a half away. She still kept on visiting my mom every weekend,
Mm-hmm.
even staying from Friday evening till Sunday evening, and took days of when she had to go to the hospital to take care of her, helped her pay bills, took
Huh?
her dog in when she was in the hospital, arranged help at home for my mother, etc.
Well, now why is this girl doing this when she's supposed to be focusing on her schooling and her early career? When this dude is sitting around, what is he doing?
He's being 54 years old, is what
Masturbating
he's
in a
doing.
recliner.
Are you ready for this?
No.
I live 10 minutes away from my mom,
Shut up.
but I work at night, so in daytime, I sleep. I also have two sons, 20 and 22. They're a bit young to help their grandma.
What?
Wow.
This girl's been taking care of her grandma for who knows how, probably since 22 when her mom passed.
Yeah.
And these kids can't
Exactly.
do what?
Yeah. For the past 4 years.
Are you joking?
Right after
I
her
hate
mother
this
died.
guy. I don't say that too often, but I hate this guy.
2 years ago, Jane met her boyfriend Daniel. Last year, November, December, my mom felt alone, cried a lot, and was in and out of the hospital. When she felt sad, I asked Jane to call or visit her because I didn't have time for that.
Are you for your
That said,
mother?
I work at night and I sleep during the day. Jane also had to take care of my mom's dog when she was in the hospital because, again, I work at night.
Bitch, what are your sons doing?
Oh my gosh.
Why
I
can't your sons
also
who are 10
asked
minutes
her,
away take care of this dog?
girl, um, I also asked her to bring my mom to the hospital
What?
during the day a few times because I had to sleep.
You can't get up for your mom.
10 minutes away.
I am so mad, Jasmine.
Girl, I'm livid.
I'm hot
Okay?
right now. I need to take off my cardigan.
Okay.
I'm hot right now. I'm ready to fight. At the
Get
Wendy's.
ready for the whining. Get ready. Anyway, since a few months, Jane does less for my mom and for me. She no longer runs all the errands. When my mom doesn't feel great, I call her early in the morning. She doesn't immediately stop by to pick up the dog and ask to see how the situation goes. She no longer runs my errands either when I can't. Now,
What are your sons doing?
oh, oh. Now she only visits one time a week, for example, like after work, and no longer on the weekends, because instead of calling my mom every day, she only calls every other day.
What a bitch.
Oh,
How dare she?
oh. How dare she have a life?
How dare she have healthy
How
boundaries?
dare she get into a relationship and realize she's not responsible for every single thing and person?
My mouth is so gaped right now. You can
Oh,
land an
oh
airplane
my
in it.
God. Oh my God. I am now in a situation where I have to do a lot
A
for my mom.
situation. Shut the fuck up, a
Uh,
situation.
can you believe I run errands? Sometimes I pay her bills when there are some. Sometimes I even need to change plans for this. And to be honest, I don't think it's fair. I don't think this is fair on me or on my mom because it's not her fault her daughter passed away. I
What are
would like
you
Jane to say,
doing, you
woo,
fucking bitch?
oh my God. Um, he closes with, I would like Jane to step up more and stop being selfish.
No.
That's how he closes this.
Certified asshole, right?
Certified 100% asshole class 6. Oh my goodness. 10 minutes away from his own mom, and the majority is on a granddaughter who's an hour and a half away. And you're telling me this guy sleeps all day, all 12 hours?
And can't get up for
No.
his own mother.
No. Can't walk there. And he goes, when she gets sad, I asked the granddaughter to call her. What the fuck?
What are you doing, sir?
Ooh,
I am
wow.
so mad, Jasmine.
I know. I know. I know. And
What?
everybody yells at this guy. Everybody's yelling at him. I need you to know.
Yeah, I
Like,
hope
this is
so.
crazy. Your kids are old enough to help.
And
Oh
are
my
probably
gosh.
close.
Yeah. Oh, very
Oh,
sexist too. Very
super.
sexist. Just saying they're
Incredibly.
too
Very
young.
misogynistic. Yo,
Girl.
that's so completely disrespectful. I can't even process the audacity. And I mean, I understand if you don't like your parents. I think at a certain point,
Sure.
there's like a, I don't know anything to these people. They did what they were
Uh-huh.
supposed to do. I very much like if my parents were in a sick and in a hospital, I'd be like, that's somebody else's job. They're not my family, you know? But it doesn't
Yeah.
sound like that's the situation with this guy. He didn't express that he doesn't like his mom or that she was a bad mom and he doesn't want to do anything with her. Because
No.
it
No.
sounds like he's too busy for her. He's created a situation where he's too busy. And
Oh my
that's
God.
not a good enough excuse to pass off responsibility to someone else.
No, ma'am. No, it isn't. And how could you, being double her age, essentially,
Yeah.
and not being responsible for your own mother?
And then your kids are too young to help out,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
she's been taking care of, she took care of her mom
And the
from
girl's 26.
26, was probably taking care of her when she was barely hitting 10.
Yeah.
Was
Oh
doing
my
all her admin
goodness.
stuff and had to take care of her affairs and her estate and
Yeah.
everything.
Phone calls, putting together the pills. You know it.
Yeah, and that
You
should
know
have
it.
been someone
And then to
else's
have
job.
to witness her mother die slowly, essentially,
Right.
over the years. How horrible.
And then have to
Give
take
her a
care of her
break.
grandma too because her deadbeat uncle didn't want to do anything. I hope that Jane, right?
Yeah.
I hope
Okay.
that Jane is thriving somewhere. I
Yeah.
hope she is just getting, I hope if she's straight, I hope she is getting
Yeah.
pipe, just good
She got
pipe.
into a relationship
Okay,
with a
good.
guy named Daniel,
Okay, I
and
hope
that's
Daniel has
when it
given her good
started to
pipe.
get less. I hope they're fucking and happy
And I hope he's eating her out every night.
every
I
single
hope that
night.
she is successful
Yes.
at her job, that
Yeah.
she is making tons of money. I
Yeah.
hope that she just has everything that she's ever wanted in this world and more, and that this guy treats her like a queen.
Uh-huh.
Because she
I
sounds like a
agree.
saint
Yeah,
who
a
should be
saint.
taking care of the rest of her days for what
Mhm.
she had to go through.
Oh
Ugh,
my
and this
goodness.
deadbeat uncle, I hope he has hemorrhoids.
Oh, I hope he has hemorrhoids every single day.
Yeah,
At least feeling it 4 times a month.
yeah,
Hard.
hard hemorrhoids. External ones too.
Oh, oh.
I
Oh,
want the
wow.
worst thing to
Wow.
happen to this man.
Yeah, the worst thing.
The worst.
There's no pillows in his size. I hope
His
that,
socks are always wet.
yes, I, I hope that whenever he washes his hands, his sleeves get wet. I,
That's horrible.
it's awful.
I
And if
hope
he
when he
washes
opens a
his
carton of
face,
milk, it's spoiled. There's like a
oh,
little bit of cheese
God,
curdles at the top.
tiny little bit. You see a little bit of black mold on the inside.
Oh,
Disgusting. I hope that happens with his eggs.
I
You
hope his
know,
orange juice has green flakes in it.
disgusting.
I hope when he bites into a piece of bread, it's hard.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck him.
Damn, girl. Ugh, I hope Jane is getting taken care of. She
I
seems
really
like
hope
an
so.
angel.
Yes, she does.
Fuck
And she
this
deserves to have
dude.
a happy relationship with her grandma, not a guilty one.
Right. You should never feel guilty about spending time with someone, especially
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. Can you
Yo,
believe that last line? It's
no.
not her fault that her daughter died. Oh my
What about
goodness.
Jane?
It's not her fault either that her mom died.
Right.
Ooh, it's crazy. It's
Ooh,
crazy what people think, dude.
that got my blood boiling.
Yeah, yeah. Blood levels rising. Okay.
Risen.
Ocean levels up there, you know.
Yeah.
Ah.
Damn.
Was it good?
That was definitely a
Yeah.
certified asshole.
Yes.
Well, I mean, God, I can't even get over that. That made me so mad. Should we maybe end on a high note?
Yeah.
I have a
as if
short
you're
one.
speaking to this guy. Oh,
I have a
sure.
really short one.
Okay, yeah.
It's tiny, so then we can end on a high note. Because this one's more just interesting to me. Okay, am I the asshole that I tell people I'm gay but I'm not? So I'm a bi dude. The bits people don't really matter to me. Innies or outies, I like them all. I like referring to them as innies or outies.
That's cute.
I also purposefully avoid using gendered language because I work in an environment where gender isn't always obvious. So I've taught myself to use entirely neutral wording. And I adopted it myself because I felt it was supportive of my gender diverse compatriots. Sounds like a lovely person already.
Yeah, wow.
When describing
Educated.
past relationships, for example, I say they were really hot rather than he was really hot. As a result, my coworkers tend to think I'm gay. For example, women will ask me if their Tinder dates are hot, and men will show me photos of theirs and say, probably not your thing, but what do you think? Which is wild at the workplace. For some reason, I've noticed that people, men and women alike, treat me better if they think I'm straight. Men are less dickish to me, women are more welcoming, and in general, I have a better experience with the people around me, and I felt more welcome than I ever did when I was more open about my sexuality or when people thought I was straight. When people make assumptions about my sexuality, I don't correct them. I let them think I'm gay. Am I the asshole? Should I be correcting people and telling them I'm into boobs as much as dong? I thought it was worded really interestingly.
Yeah,
This
that's
person's
fine.
definitely not. Oh, he refers to himself as a dude. Definitely not an asshole. Just seems
No.
like a chill, maybe like himbo-y kind of guy.
Yeah, seems like.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that he's just
Would
like
love to get to know him.
innies, outies, love boobs and dong. Like, not
Yeah.
into the vagina at all. Just into the boobs.
Yeah. I
Absolutely
think
a
it's great.
himbo.
Training yourself to use neutral words.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Seems like
I
a
bet the
saint.
difference though is stark though. I
Yeah.
bet. The acceptance level,
Right.
peers of being straight or gay must be totally wild to have to look at. Only thing I could compare it to, and I think I said earlier I don't really like comparisons, but I gotta say it,
Mm-hmm.
is when someone who is like incredibly obese lost a ton of weight and they go back to you and be like, oh my God, yeah, you were so fat back then.
Oh,
You're still
right.
you. You know what I mean? But you get
Yeah.
to experience two different ways of living. One where people shunned you because you were fat, and the other where people are way more accepting
Yes.
of you, and
Yeah.
you see like the two sides. That's the only thing I could compare that to.
I mean, it's true though, and that is a really shitty component of our society. I
Yes.
dropped maybe like plus pounds over the last
Mm-hmm.
couple months. And I've noticed that people treat me way different now that I'm just even 5 plus pounds lighter than what I was.
Yeah, they're so much nicer to you.
So much nicer. And that's so gross.
Yeah, they look at you.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they notice these things. So, I
Yeah.
mean, thinking that someone is gay or straight and people treating you different about that,
Yeah.
I mean,
Wild.
I totally don't blame this guy.
No.
If people treat him nicer thinking that he's gay, honestly, I wouldn't say anything either. I would just be like, you know what? I
Sure.
notice that people treat me different when I am presenting as bi, and people sort of think, which is stupid too. People think it's if someone's bi that they're either straight but undecided or they're gay but undecided. Like bisexuality is so valid.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you get into a relationship with someone, they go, "Oh, so you're with a dude? That means you're gay." Well, no, I'm still bi. I still
Yeah, I
like.
still like boobs.
I still like boobs.
I just enjoy this dong.
right.
I just have this dong is enjoyable to me.
Yeah, this
But
dong is enjoyable right now, and I'm gonna keep having fun with this dong.
Yeah, thank you. Let me get back to sucking.
Yeah, I'm still bisexual. Bye. Yeah. Anyway.
That's pretty fucking gay.
Yeah,
That's pretty fucking gay.
that's pretty fucking gay, man. Oh, that dad was so funny.
Yeah.
Absolutely disrespectful in that moment, but so funny. Anyway, thank you for doing these Am I the Assholes with me. These were
yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
I liked these. This was your idea too.
Oh, bitch. You better work.
This is a good idea.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This was a good time.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for listening. And we will talk to you very soon with a yet another podcast episode. Remember, you're doing a fantastic job. You were doing the best you can. And that is all you can do. Goodbye, lovely people.
Bye.